Let's finish this guy off. Good job, guys. We cut a starfish. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Tales of Symphonia. In the last episode, we released the seal located in this here dungeon, and we encountered Sheena once more, and we defeated her as well as her guardian lightning, or guardian of lightning. I don't think that's what it's called. But anyway, we are just about to make our way out of this dungeon, so let's head out right now. I'm super excited to get out of this place. I'm actually kind of sick of this place already, in all honesty.
Professor Sage, Colette's sick again.
Oh no. We must let her rest immediately.
Time to set up camp then.
Yes, but if this is going to happen every time she releases a seal, Colette is going to have a difficult journey ahead of her. For the time being, I'm going to call the phenomenon angel toxicosis.
Colette, are you okay? Does it hurt? I'm fine. It'll go away soon. I'm sorry for worrying everyone.
Okay, that's enough. You're not allowed to apologize anymore, okay?
I'm sorry.
Colette, you're still up?
I couldn't sleep.
You may feel better now, but you still need to rest.
I know. I'll go to sleep in a little bit. Don't worry.
But still.
Kratos is still awake too. See?
That's because he volunteered to be the Night Watch. You need to rest.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Please, dream some good dreams for me, Lloyd.
What is going on with Colette here? Seems like every time you release a seal, something strange or peculiar happens to Colette. Hopefully she is doing fine. Let's see, where were we supposed to go? Remiel told us to go to a floating island? Not a floating island, but an island floating in the water, of course, and that must be the Thoda Geyser, right? Let me go ahead and double check. You can go ahead and go to the pause menu and view the synopsis just in case you guys maybe take a break from Tales of Symphonia and then come back maybe a few weeks later or a month later just to refresh your mind on what happened in the plot. So, I think it was here, the Seal of Water. So according to the Book of Regeneration, the Seal of Water could be found at Thoda Geyser, on an island southeast of the mainland. Actually, that's what we learned from reading that book that Colton let us read, but I think that... what is this? More Book of Regeneration stuff. Let's see, I think that we may as well go to the Seal of Water first, because I'm pretty sure that Remiel was pointing us in that direction. But we may as well stop by Asgard again, maybe, to pick up some supplies, and perhaps do some level grinding, but I will go ahead and do that on my own. But before I cut to the very next scene of this Let's Play, I was going to trigger that skit, but instead we can fight some ladybugs. So yeah, we are here. We are going to the next seal, so that is some pretty exciting stuff. Making some progress here in our journey to regenerate the world. Although what is really interesting is what that mysterious assassin Sheena said. She was saying that this journey of ours to regenerate the world would definitely do good for our world, but she seemed to be implying that there was some type of other world out there. Perhaps that's where she came from, and it definitely seemed like Kratos knew something about that. But Kratos, being the mysterious mercenary he is, he had his lips sealed tight. Oh, by the way, before, again, while we wait for that skit to reappear, why don't I go ahead and show you guys some of the titles that we earned in the last episode. I don't think that Lloyd earned any new titles. I think it may have been Kratos, Colette, and Rain. I'm not entirely sure of that. Magic Swordsman, ooh, His attacks will crush the earth and frighten the evils of this world. That's the Kratos that we know and love. So magic swordsman, huh? Yeah, it looks like we want to go ahead and equip that. Definitely a lot better than mercenary. With Rain, she earned, I think that just now actually, she earned researcher. So her dedication has surpassed study itself. She can't flaunting her knowledge. So brilliant, this Rain Sage. What should we do here? I don't want to spend too much time I don't want to spend too much time like on equipping or going over statuses and stuff, because I know that that's not all that interesting to you guys. That assassin came after Colette again. Why would anyone consider Colette a problem? If she regenerates the world, won't everybody be happy? She said something kind of strange, remember? Something like, people on our side will suffer. But she really doesn't look like a bad person. Colette, she was trying to kill you. Oh, yeah. But she really did have gentle eyes. Now that you mention it, she did, didn't she? Enough of this nonsense! You're naive. Sorry. I was stumbled by the pronunciation of that word. But you get the idea. I think that Kratos is in the right in scolding these guys, because if they continue to be as naive as they are now, they're definitely gonna find themselves in some pretty bad troubles later on. Although, I do admire that trio's compassion and, I guess, their willingness to see the potential good in others. I don't know, maybe it was just the gentle eyes that stuck out to Lloyd, and yeah, Lloyd, she really does have really gentle eyes. Very, very beautiful eyes, might I add. I wanted to go ahead and buy some stuff, remember, but like I said, I was gonna skip all of this things that you guys might find boring, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. What's wrong? Well, this whole seal breaking thing, it's starting to get boring. No! I haven't forgotten the people of Visalia and all the other victims. Good. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. A single mistake could destroy everything. You should think about what your reason for being on this journey is. More wise words from Kratos. Okay, I did not actually buy all that much, I didn't really buy all that much back at Asgard. I did buy a new, or not buy, but I did upgrade one of Rain's robes, so now she has the feather robe, and that increased her defense by 10. I think that I also, that talisman I won't bother like pausing and showing you guys, because again, I'm sure that you're not that interested in actually seeing it, but that talisman that we got from the, I already forgot the name of that boss that we fought at that seal, but that winged, evil, feathered creature that looked so terrifying, we got that talisman from him, and it turns out that whoever has that talisman equipped as an accessory will see a 10-point boost in defense. So, because Lloyd has fully maxed out his accessory slots, or has fully used up his accessory slots, I decided to give it to Kratos, because he definitely deserves it. As a matter of fact, he definitely needs it, because he's one of the characters that likes to fight on the front lines. Although as of lately, he's been playing more of the support role in using first aid and a lot of that. Right now he's, oh wow, good job, Genus. But now we're making our way to the Thoda Geyser, as the synopsis told us we should definitely do. Although, there's not really much for me to show you guys here in the overworld. I mean, this area should look familiar to you guys. I mean, did you guys see that destroyed design base that was caught by the camera before these rude ladybugs completely, I guess, distracted us now? But yeah, that destroyed design base was the base where we fought Magnius. We basically blew it up. Oh, good times, memories, guys. It's just a shame, you know? I mean, it's nice to know that we are up to speed with our levels as well as our equipment, but there's something in me. You know, when it comes to JRPGs, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one that's like this, but once you start customizing and purchasing new equipment,
Confidence breeds carelessness.
You need to focus.
I'm sorry.
I don't think we've ever seen that little dialogue between the characters after battles, so I was like, ooh, that's pretty interesting. But as I was saying was that once you get so caught up in purchasing new equipment and upgrading your gear, in a way, it kind of becomes addicting. Because you become power hungry, you're like, oh, more strength, more defense, give me more of it, even more. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that I basically got the most powerful equipment that I could from the city of Asgard. So now that kind of makes me even more excited to see the very next city that we'll be headed to. Although I think that will be a while from now. We will be spending a good amount of time at the Thoda Geyser. So let's go ahead and quickly save. It hasn't really been all that long since we were last here. Although nothing really interesting happened here last. I mean, Lloyd did play that little mini game where he had to jump on the icicles that Genus made. He acquired the spiritual statue, but nothing all that interesting. Oh, wait a second. This dude. Please tell me that you don't just look like a traveling merchant, but that you actually are one. Oh yeah, he is. Although he doesn't carry any weapons. Oh man, I can't satiate my thirst for even more powerful equipment. What a shame. Hey, isn't this a whatchamacallit stone? An oracle stone. That must be why it looked familiar. It's just as written in the Book of Regeneration, so this is the seal of water. Aw, that sucks. If I'd noticed this when we got the spiritual statue, we wouldn't have had to go through all this. Cheer up, Lloyd. Just think of it as giving you the opportunity to have fun riding in the wash tubs. Yes, it was quite unlucky. Rain, let's hurry up inside. Come on, Colette. Okay then, I'll try putting my hand on the stone. Here goes nothing. Wow! Wonderful falling rock animations. Whoa, Sheena, what are you doing here? I like how she was kind of being portrayed as a tourist here. Really, she was just reading that sign about Thoda Geyser. Good job, Noish. Don't let that little rodent distract you or scare you this time. Excellent, now let us begin the excavation at once. We're not here to excavate anything. Even Rain gets distracted sometimes. Corinne! I'll get you next time for sure. Good job, Noish. Aw, man. Too bad I don't have like a Twilight Princess Wolfling sound effect. That would be perfect for this. And then the little doo 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 doo. Oh, actually, I do have that song, but I don't know if future me is gonna throw it in. I don't know. Why does this weird animal block the way? Oh man, poor Sheena. Are you starting to sympathize a little bit with Sheena? Sure, she's starting to kill Colette, and maybe it would be naive of us to feel any sympathy towards her. Just like what Kratos was saying, but I don't know. She seems really frustrated. She's just a woman on a mission, you know? But that mission is to kill us, so we shouldn't sympathize with her. I'm saying silly things like, come on. It looks like that girl didn't make it inside. What girl? That assassin, the one after the Chosen. She followed us? You didn't notice? I was busy thinking and stuff. Never let your guard down, ever, assuming you want to survive. Oh yes, of course, you're so perfect. You'd never screw up. Even I make terrible mistakes. I made a terrible one. What? Nothing. I shouldn't have said that. Forgive me. Forgive you? What? You don't make any sense sometimes. Kratos bringing in the backstories here. Kratos is still almost as mysterious as when we first met him. Sure, we've kind of warmed up to the guy, but there's still so much about him that we don't know. But that makes him all the more cool and interesting, you know? Alright, here we are running into some new enemies. We've never run into these guys, right? So these are just starfish, nothing special. Not even their name is special. We're just fighting little Patricks here, but without the trousers. So that's highly inappropriate, and for the children watching this, I would highly suggest that you look away, because it will make you view Patrick in a way that you've never viewed him before. Oh man, these little guys can get really annoying, honestly. Especially when there are 4 of them like this. They just keep jabbing you, and every time they jab you, they make these little water bubble-like sounds. Bubble sound? I don't... What's a bubble sound? Maybe you meant bubbling sound? But even then, it doesn't really sound like bubbling. Like, if we're talking about boiling water, no. This is not what boiling water sounds like. Imagine if their jabs, with every jab that they made, like, the party felt the sting of boiling water upon their skin. That would make for some terrifying enemies right there. That's a really interesting idea, don't you guys think? Making starfish that have burning punches. That's great. Okay, anyway, what are these guys? I always thought that these characters, the yellow ones, I always thought that they were really weird, but I think that they're actually a staple in the Tales of series, because I remember when I used to really enjoy, like, doing sprite artwork, not actually drawing the sprites, but making little sprite pictures using resources ripped from the games themselves. From, like, Tales of games on the Game Boy Advance or on the Super Nintendo, I believe, or the DS. I saw one of these green ropers, or maybe they were a different color, but the point is, they seem to be a staple in these Tales of games. And then you've got, of course, a float dragon. That's kind of cool, although not as, you know, not even the green roper is, what is it? Yeah, not even the green roper is cool, honestly. If anything, it's really gross. Kind of looks like a big sponge with green tentacles. But I guess if it really were a sponge with green tentacles, that would kind of suit the theme of this dungeon. This dungeon of the Thoda Geyser. Okay, like I said, I'm going to be spending a good amount of time level grinding, but I will not be showing all of that off, because that's again, not all that interesting, but I'm not going to cut the video quite yet. I mean, it's still early on into the dungeon. It's a little bit too early for me to be making jump cuts like that. Maybe we'll run into some other interesting and new enemies.
I was just warming up.
Yes, you better have been, because we are only at the very beginning of the dungeon. Let us see what is in this treasure chest. A mermaid's tear, what is that? I kind of feel like that will be a weapon that will be used for customizing, but I could definitely be wrong with that. Items, items, items. An object that shines like a pearl used as a magic catalyst. Yes, this is definitely an item used for customization, so that's good. At least when we reach a new city or a new town that offers new gear, at least we'll have a mermaid's tear. You know what? I kind of feel like the mermaid's tear will be used to make a water weapon. What I mean by that is, in this game, you can get swords and staves that have basically elemental attributes. So I don't know if you guys saw in one of the earlier episodes, but when we were looking at all of the gear that we could upgrade and all of that, one of the ones that we could purchase was an earth rod or an earth staff or something like that for rain. And it was, I believe that it's more powerful than the staff that Rain has right now. I could be wrong, but the reason why I didn't get it was because I didn't want Rain to have, like, earth attributes whenever she attacked. I don't know. I'm kind of okay with just neutral for Rain. Okay, so here's another one of those sorcerer's rings, element changers, or whatever you want to call it. So I guess we can switch now. Water came out of the sorcerer's ring! The Thoda Geyser is a plentiful source of water, so maybe it reacted to that. With this power, we can supply water even to distant areas. But if all it does is squirt water, then sure seems kind of weak. Can we stop enemies with this? I feel like we can, but I feel like it's harder to aim at enemies with this compared to when the sorcerer's ring has that fire power. Okay, let's go to the left first. Okay, so we will need to use fire a bit later on, but for now, I think that we can stick with our water power. The lid of the water jug is closed. Oh, that's too bad. It looks like just a little more will make it slant. Oh, but yeah, that's water jug. I was like looking at that. What is that on the left side of the scale? But that's just a weight placed on there. It's not anything that can contain water. Silly me. Oh, did we run into one of these shark overworld enemies? I don't think we did. I'm pretty sure it's a new enemy.
This is gonna be
No, it's just more starfish and float dragons and green ropers. Poison needles? You're telling me that these float dragons can poison us? Do we still have panacea bottles? I think we do. Yeah, we've still got 6 panacea bottles, so we're still okay.
Are you okay?
I was a bit concerned there because getting poisoned is annoying. Legit. And for those of you guys that have played Pokemon, I know that getting poisoned is definitely something that is super annoying. Oh, why did Lloyd turn around when he opened that treasure chest? It was kind of like he was so nervous because he felt like there was gonna be just another apple gel inside, but nope. White silver is definitely not apple gel. Although there was an orange gel. Oh, and there's a memory seal over there, so hopefully we can find a memory gem of some kind as we continue to fight these enemies. But before we fight even more enemies, I want to look around this dungeon some more. I know that I've been to this dungeon many times already. I don't even know how many times I've beat this game, but I know that it's been a lot. And it's definitely one of those types of games that deserves to be played multiple times. As I've said before, it's that once a year kind of game. But yeah, it's nice looking for new treasure and all of that. Excuse me. I believe that we push this over here. That'll be for later. You can tell that that door is a sliding door, and we kind of need that block, I'm guessing, to prop it up. New enemy? Are you a new enemy, sir? Oh, here we go. There's something exciting. A water element, or water elements. Although it's really not all that exciting because, you know, we did fight an annoying amount of wind elements. I'm honestly still not over the fact that those wind elements were so annoying to deal with. Oh man, that no one's getting that up. Aqua laser. Yeah. So it turns out that if you try guarding against that aqua laser, it just will not work. Your guard will be broken. I don't know why I was going after the water elements anyway. I remember in the very first episode of this game, Genus was explaining how if you're a physical attacker, you gotta go after the non-magical creatures. So why was I going after the water elements? As a matter of fact, I think that I was spending too much time attacking those wind elements back at the Balacryph Mausoleum. Whoa! Yes! Oh man, Sonic Sword Rain, perfect. As the name implies, it's a combination of Sonic Thrust as well as Sword Rain, and I'm guessing that that is a level 2 move here. Yeah, a level 2. I kind of feel like keeping the level 1 Sword Rain for now, but maybe we can get rid of another move to replace. Yeah, I want to get rid of Supersonic Thrust in order to add Sonic Sword Rain, because that is, see, a countless number of thrusts that end with a powerful blow. Doesn't that sound so much cooler than blow the enemy away with a powerful thrust? I think it sounds cooler, so, because that's the logic that you should follow if you're ever playing a JRPG. If the description of an attack is cooler than the description of another attack, be sure to equip that one instead of the other. The lid of this water jug is closed. It's still closed. They're always closed, so we can't put any water into it. Yeah, see? Excuse me. Excuse me. There is a hidden item somewhere here, if I remember correctly. Or no, actually, maybe it were those 2 treasure chests to the left right now. Because I think the way that the angle was positioned, it was a little bit difficult to see that there was a passageway to those 2 treasure chests, so maybe that might have been it. Okay, so I'm going to try using this fire power of the Sorcerer's Ring. I'm gonna try burning these torches here, and maybe those will open the lids if I remember. I think that they did. Yeah, it looks like it will hold water. Perfect. Let's go back and... Okay, that's one thing that is really annoying in these dungeons. Honestly, like, not all of the dungeons are like this, where you have to constantly go back and forth to change the Sorcerer's Ring's power. But whenever there is something like that, my goodness, is it annoying. Oh, hidden treasure chest, there you go. It's not even that hidden, I just wasn't paying close enough attention. What is it? Ah, EX gem level 1. May as well equip it now, right? Or should we save it? Let's see how our party is doing with regards to EX skills. Ah, poor Are you kidding me? This entire time, Kratos only had 1 EX gem and it was a level 1? Okay, poor guy. Yeah, man. We've been holding out on him, or holding back. Let's see. Let's go with strong. I want, like I said, I'm kind of power hungry right now. I'm so power hungry that I'm going to, ooh! There you go, a new enemy. It's an Octoslime. Hello, Octoslime. Okay, Genius, I want you to go ahead and cast all your lightning and frost spells on that Octoslime. I should probably actually command him to do that instead of just, you know, speaking in front of my monitor and thinking that he'll hear me, because that's just silly. Oh, wow. Dang, this Octoslime is actually quick to defend himself with that giant hat of his. That's a kind of silly, design. An octopus with a hat, like a little helmet to protect himself. That's kind of funny. Let's finish this guy off. Good job, guys. We cut a starfish. No, we don't have a memory seal, do we? Oh, we do! Nice. Oh. Why are you gonna bother asking me if I want to unlock the memory seal if I don't even have a memory gem? That's something I never noticed. It's kind of nitpicking at this point, but that's still pretty weird to me. Oh man. Inspect magic. Whoa! Wait a second. Either I forgot or I just didn't know, but Rain can learn a move where she can inspect well, that's the name of the thing, but she can pull off a magical spell that plays the same role or does the same exact thing that a magic lens does? That's awesome. Wow. Oh, and what's also awesome is that we found a memory gem. So wow, that's pretty cool. I wonder if Inspect Magic is enough to add like the monster descriptions into the monster book. Speaking of, let's take a look at that monster book. Let's see our progress. Or not monster book, but monster list. Okay, yeah. Oh, Resolute Assassin. So there's apparently a difference between the Clumsy Assassin and the Resolute Assassin. Let's see. Yeah, there's a big difference. Take a look at that. Her HP jumps around 4,000. Yeah, 4,050. That's pretty crazy. She did so much training in between those two scenes. Okay, anyway, we want to go ahead and fill that jug at the bottom, right? We want to use our water power in order to fill that jug, but this guy is in the way. Excuse me. Yeah, we can't stun him with water. That's kind of a shame. But whatever. Alright, that dungeon did not take long. That was definitely a lot less annoying than the last dungeon, the Balacryph Mausoleum. But before we even go to the boss, before we even release the seal, I want to do a little bit more training because we're actually pretty close to leveling up. So I say, why not? And I also say why not because if we fight really well here, then we can even get more grade. Oh, Aqua Laser. Whoa, I thought that was gonna get me. But it got the half-elves instead. Poor Rain and Genius. Oh, Genius earned the title Sorcerer. Pretty sweet. Let's take a look at that quickly. The title for one who controls the flow of mana with intelligence and technique. This makes him sound like an advanced magic user already, but we're not even halfway through the game. Let alone, I doubt that we're not even past the quarter of the game, or a quarter of the game. Which, to me, is completely fine. I love this game. I freaking love this game. It's amazing. Should we equip that? Yeah. Why not? It kind of decreases his intelligence, but I mean, HP and TP are pretty cool. Those are pretty important for Genius as well. Hey, the steps are gone! You're right, how do we get back? I would presume that it will respond to the Chosen and reappear. Oh wow, that's so cool! That is pretty sick. I just quickly exited the dungeon because I wanted to purchase some more apple gels and maybe some life bottles, or let's see. I mean, we didn't really use any at all, but now that we've got some more money, you know, we don't really have that much more money, but almost 8,000, that's pretty good. So yes, we are going to be fighting the boss very soon, by the way, but we'll be doing that in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more from me, please don't be afraid to hit that big red subscribe button. Alright guys, I will see you in the next episode of Tales of Symphonia, where we will be releasing the seal of the Thoda Geyser. But until then, you guys take care.